Tesla's full self-drive supervised. Did they give us a month free out of the goodness of their heart? Nah, I'm going to tell you what I think next. And we're going to do a drive while we're at it. All right, here we go on a full self-drive supervised, you know, the month free that Tesla gave us from the Santa Clarita Valley down to the San Fernando Valley. So, I don't know, what, 18 miles, 25 minutes? We're going to see how this does. It already gave me a nag, and we're like 3 minutes into the drive. And so this gives us a chance to also, you and I chat a little bit and talk about some stuff that's going on. Obviously, the full self-drive supervised for the month of April is in full swing. We're right in the middle of it. Basically, the entire fleet of Teslas is getting it. I know it's still rolling out to some people on a different software stack. That's what that's called. So those complaining about the fact that they don't have it yet, it most likely is because, wow, we are cruising here. I think I have it on the, what is it, aggressive? No, it's not aggressive. It is, what is that called? Assertive. Yeah, you don't want to call it aggressive, I guess. That's a little too aggressive. So it's been rolling out to the entire fleet. 6 million Teslas, by the way. We recently got a headline about that. They made their 6 millionth car. Rivian, only up to 100,000, which, by the way, in the Los Angeles area, you'd never know it. There are Rivians everywhere. You'd think they were right on par with Teslas, but only 100,000 for Rivian. I am rooting for that company, by the way. I love the look of those cars. I love the company. The CEO is way cool. Why are we slowing down? Oh, second nag. I got to pay attention to that as well as talk to you, I guess. So here we are heading up to a standard light. It just turned green. We've got 2 cars ahead of us. Let's see what it does here. Kind of iffy. No, here we go. Nice. Ooh, right to the left lane. Okay, we'll take it. So the full self-drive is heading out onto the fleet. Some cars still don't have it based on the version number they had before this was announced, and I think Tesla is still trying to catch up and making it available to everyone. And luckily, both of my cars have it. So here's the deal. With my 2019 Model 3, just before the announcement, I'd say 2 weeks before the announcement was made that we're getting a month free, I signed up for the full self-drive 3 months with my credits, thanks to you guys buying Teslas with my referral link. So I already had that on my Tesla Model 3, and I was worried that I wasn't going to get the full self-drive, supervised. I was worried about not getting that. Turns out it did come on my Y first, my 2022 Tesla Model Y Performance. It did show up there first. I'm like, okay, so it's gonna not go to my 3, is it? Because I got the 3-month version, and it was the previous version 11. Just nagged me again. But sure enough, I'd say it was the same day. I got the Model Y month free, and then in the evening, I got that in the morning, and then in the evening, I got it for my Model 3. And what it did, because I already had the 3 months, and I was only like 2 weeks into it, it just added to it. So I basically have 4 months of the supervised, we don't want to call it beta now, the full self-drive supervised. So yay me, pretty happy about that. And we're kind of following this dump truck here who wants to make a left. And hopefully after that, we should be good to go. Yep, I can feel the accelerator going, and we're good to go. Again, Santa Clarita Valley down to the San Fernando Valley. That's going to include freeway driving, lots of stoplights. I don't think any stop signs anymore. We did have one at leaving home and stuff. So here we are camped out in the middle lane, which is good. Just nagged me again. I do like the assertive or aggressive accelerator. That's kind of nice. Oh, here we are turning lanes. I'm gonna check as well. Looking good. It knows we got to make a right coming up here onto Magic Mountain Parkway. If you know the area, we are on McBean heading south. Lots of Teslas in the area, so I know there's a handful of people at least watching from this area because I see them at the superchargers and stuff. It's kind of cool. If you do see me at a supercharger, I am there frequently, certainly in the Santa Clarita area. Ask me for a sticker. We've got stickers. So be happy to chat Teslas with you, as well as hand over a sticker. So I wonder what we're going to do here. We need to get over into this right lane, and usually I wait until this right turn into a parking lot is over. I don't know what it's going to do here. It needs to get over. I'm going to take over. It doesn't know what to do. I took over on that one because it was about to cut somebody off, and I don't want to do that. And so I am currently driving. Let's get it back. There we go. So that was brief. You know, that's why it's called supervised, right? Are we still on it? Yeah, we got the blue steering wheel. Anytime you don't know if you're on it, like if you think it kicked you out or whatever, just look for the blue steering wheel here in the corner, and that tells you that you are on autopilot or full self-drive. Wow, kind of weird lane changes here. This is how I would do it. This is kind of cool. Finally, it's driving like I would. So, what I teased at the beginning, is Tesla doing this out of the goodness of their heart, just to give us a free month? People think it's because they want people to try it out and then subscribe, and that's the way you get people hooked. I don't think that's the case at all, actually, because it's a big ask. It is a huge ask to have someone try it for a month and then ask for $12,000, because right now that's what it costs, or $199 a month. Now there's some rumors that it may actually drop in price to $100 a month. Maybe you might get some people on board with that. But I think there's a different ulterior motive going on here. Okay, we're gonna get in front here, got to get over, we're getting on the freeway. It was a pretty good lane change. It was pretty assertive, as the setting says. The ulterior motive that I think is going on here is putting the whole entire Tesla fleet on full self-drive, it just nagged me, for this month to collect data. Just churning out the data, collecting the data. It's all about adding to the full self-driving experience. And if you add your entire fleet, 6 million cars, or let's say it's obviously a fraction of that. Not everybody's going to try it. Not every car is going to get it. Some people are even aware of it. Why are we following this bus onto the freeway? That's kind of weird. Okay, I would not be following a bus onto the freeway. And now it doesn't know which lane to pick. It's kind of in between. It doesn't know. Okay, middle lane picked. There's a Tesla Model Y behind us. I guess we're going to follow the bus. Yep. So anyway, it's all about the data. It's all about the AI. It's all about the machine learning and putting your entire fleet on this. Even if it's just a fraction of it, it's going to be way more than the fleet of people that have paid for it or are paying the monthly fee. So that's my thinking on that. So if you think you're getting this month free out of the goodness of Tesla's heart and, oh, it's all warm and fuzzy feelings, no, there's another reason. That's got to be the other reason. Okay, we are cutting off a Y. Sorry about that if you're watching. And we're merging, and it, by the way, did a pretty good job getting on the freeway. It did, like I said, follow that bus. Changing lanes into faster lane is what it says, by the way. That was interesting. So we're doing 63 and a 55. Okay. I forget what my settings are for all this. Let's take a look. Autopilot. We're on assertive. We are on that. Okay, plus 5 miles over. Now this posted speed limit here is 65, but right now there's construction going on. So maybe that's what it's going by? I'm not sure. That's most likely it's seeing the regular posted speed limit as opposed to the construction. Well, everybody's passing me, so we're just gonna camp out here, hopefully in this lane. And since everybody's passing me, I think we should be okay. By the way, another indicator of you being on autopilot, you can see the blue line here, it's usually gray. So between this and the steering wheel being blue, that's how you can quickly identify if you are on full self-driving. So what do you think about this whole thing? Do you think the month free is to get more people to get it? Obviously that's going to happen. Certain amount of people are going to try it, like it, and subscribe or pay for it. But I think that's going to be pretty minimal, to be honest. I think it's all about the data collection and getting the AI and getting that database and getting all that stuff churning, and you're going to have a bigger sample size of more people using it. So that's my thoughts. Down in the description, let's chat it up. Let's talk about this. What do you think about maybe it's both, maybe it's equally both, I don't know, but I think it's more about the data collection. All right, haven't been nagged in a little bit here. That's kind of cool. We got 11 miles to go, 12 minutes. Just nagged me there. Now I am basically doing this hands-free. A lot of people on the previous version, on version 11, were complaining that you had to have your hands on the wheel the entire time. I'm kind of just camping out my hands here at my chest and watching everything and making sure I've even got my foot kind of on the accelerator brake area in case something happens. I'm ready to go. Interesting, the Y that I sort of cut off getting over the lanes, or I should say FSD Supervised cut off, is still hanging out behind me. So I don't know, maybe they see my sticker, maybe they want to be part of the video. So we're heading up into the Newhall Pass. People just screaming by. We're at 63 miles an hour. And people just flying by. By the way, that lane, I'd say half a mile back, kind of jumped over, and it did a great job with that. So we're hanging out in this second to fastest lane, heading up into the Newhall Pass, passing Cowgrove Boulevard. And usually, going up this hill, going up this grade, there's like sun in your eyes and stuff, but today it looks cloudy, so I think we should be okay in terms of camera visibility and nothing getting messed up. How has your experience been with Full Self-Drive Supervised? You've had it for a few weeks now, presumably, if you got it early on. Lots of people trying it out. Lots of people either love it or hate it. I don't know if there's even a mix. But here's my thinking on this so far, after using it for a little bit. I used 11 for a few days, version 11, and here's just nagged me again. And then 12 came about, so I don't have a big frame of reference between 11 and 12, but 12 definitely seems better than 11. Here's someone asked me, how is it? Because I've had it for a few weeks now, and I've been playing around with it, doing a couple videos, and they asked, what is it like? I find myself more engaged than when I'm regular driving, because I'm hypersensitive of if it's doing the right thing, if it's gonna do that, if it's, you know, trying to think ahead for it, seeing what it's gonna do, making sure, you know, the nags are correct, and I, you know, pull the wheel and I don't get put into Tesla timeout or anything like that. So I think I'm more aware of driving than if I was just driving myself, which is not a relaxing experience, because I've always said on the Facebook groups, turns out these Teslas are really fun to drive yourself. So I don't quite understand the obsession with using full self-drive on a daily basis, on a commute all the time, using it as your fallback driver. It's just, I don't know, I like driving these cars so much that it's a cool novelty right now, and yeah, it's doing a great job. It's getting me point A to point B just fine. So yeah, that's a good thing. And I can see a case scenario where, let's say, someone like my mom who is disabled and she's kind of can't drive right now, and it'd be kind of cool if we could send her on her way to her doctor's appointments in one of these cars. I don't think we're there yet, maybe in 5 years, because she still needs to be aware and still kind of, you know, supervising everything. So here was the analogy I came up with for my friend that asked, you know, how's it going? What's the experience like? I think it's a cross between a 15-year-old teenage driver just learning to drive for the first time and like an 80-year-old driver that is super sensitive and aware and all that stuff. It's a cross between those two things. At the same time, you've got to be aware and driving yourself and doing most of the things, or at least supervising everything yourself as well. So something just came on the screen. I thought it was a nag. I pulled on the wheel and it disappeared. So I didn't see exactly if it was trying to change lanes or what it was doing there, but hopefully I didn't miss anything important. I can see people in my mirror just coming up on my bumper and getting over to either side, trying to go around me. That's the other thing I've noticed, besides the 15-year-old teenage driver and the 80-year-old. In the Los Angeles area, if you drive like this, and it's slowing down now, look at, there's cars just flying by me like it's the Indy 500. And now it wants to get over, changing lanes. Okay, it's going left, fine, okay. If you drive like this on a regular basis in Los Angeles, you will be eaten alive, and I don't know what it's doing. I'm taking over. It was just slowing down on the downgrade and putting its turn signal to get back in the right lane, which we were already in. Not sure what that was about. So, disengage, what happened? Yeah, you don't know what you're doing. All right, we'll go back on it now. I'm trying to do this as much as possible with as very little disengagements as possible, but as soon as I take over, I try to get back on it for this video so you can see exactly how it is real world. You've got to be watching and maybe not doing Tesla videos at the same time. So here we are, we're coming down the 5, we're coming along the 210 East on-ramp, and we're going to continue down the 5. Cars continuing to just obliterate our speed. We're doing 63. It says 55. I don't understand. Hey, there's a truck full of Teslas over there. That's kind of cool. Any Cybertrucks? Oh no, that would be coming from Texas. This one's probably coming from Fremont. So we got Ys. I think it's all Ys actually. Can't really tell. There might be a 3 Highland on there. What do you think of those? I love those. I have a 3 myself, and I think I want to go do a test drive and kind of compare it. So we are coming up on our destination, 4.5 miles, 4.2 miles away. Oh, that's where it saw the 55. It is actually posted for a work zone. This area in particular, people are flying. I mean, crazy fast. Doing 90 easily. So I've got to be hypersensitive, hyper aware of what's going on around me here, because I know we need to get over to the right. And is it going to do it now? This is where I would do it. Not yet. By the way, I don't like the fact that sometimes when it wants to get over, it slows down. Don't do that. That's insane. Yeah, see, there it was. I felt it. You got to get over, dude. Or dudette. Okay, see, it's braking. I don't understand that. Don't brake. You had plenty of room. Okay, now we're getting over again. Semi-truck, a little concerned. Okay, we're good. Whew. Definitely gets the heart pumping. I mean, again, certainly not relaxing at all. It's, if you think you're gonna throw this on and just, whoo, sorry about that. Just relax and fall. I don't know how these people are falling asleep to it. That's kind of insane. That's totally nuts, in my opinion. If anything, like I said, I am just crazy, crazy hyper aware. So we're coming up on our exit. We got to get over onto the 405 just briefly, and then we're going to be getting off the freeway. So let's see what it does here. It needs to get over, and instead it's accelerating harder. 73, 74. The speed limit sign must have changed, because we've all of a sudden just gotten way more aggressive on our speed. Again, we do need to get over. Okay, here we go. It's getting over. It's good. That was pretty good. Okay, now we've got trucks coming from the truck lane to our right. I think we're going to be okay. Car braking in front of us, truck getting over, and we need to get over. Okay, turn signal just came on, good. Hey, that's pretty good. So it does some stuff really well, like exactly the way I would do it, and then it does some stuff that is just out to lunch, and you gotta kind of take over and do your thing. At the end of the day, you, the driver, are responsible for your car, regardless of what full self-drive is doing or not doing or whatever. All right, hard on the brakes. I think I would have eased into it a little better, and it just nagged me there, so I went ahead and did that. The braking is not as smooth as a human yet. It's like, yep, Okay, we're at a stoplight. Here in the US, at least in most parts of the US, you can make a right turn on a red, and it did that. Great. I'm sure folks in Europe are going, what the heck? Can't make a right turn on red. At least the parts of Europe that I've driven in. All right, so we're back on surface streets, doing pretty well. A little foggy for the conditions, and we're almost at our destination. One thing I've noticed with full self-drive supervised, it doesn't quite know what to do once it gets to the destination. I've seen some people say, yeah, it parks for you and finds a parking spot, and maybe it just depends on the destination itself. But I'm going to take over here in about a half a mile and wrap up this video, because it's mostly gotten me to my destination, point A to point B. How many disengagements was that? I really wasn't counting. I think it was 3 that I had to fully take over briefly because it was, I don't know what it was doing. All right, hit me up down in the comment section. What do you think of Tesla's motive? What do you think initially, if you've been using full self-drive, your experiences? Let's talk about it. We've got, you know, half a month now, just nagged me again, left on this thing. What is the date here? Yeah, about a half a month. So let's talk about it. Thank you so much for watching Tesla Tips and Trips. I don't know if you've noticed, but we are over 10,000 now subscribers. Totally, totally cool. Never thought I'd ever see that. And don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell on these videos, and we will chat more stuff here on Tesla Tips and Trips and Full Self Drive Supervised.